थकान का एक ही उपाय है, एक कप कड़क चाय।
उबलते पानी में थोड़ा सा जिंजर, चाय की पत्ती, चीनी।
कड़क चाय के लिए मैं रिकमेंड करता हूँ ताजे दूध से बना रेनबो इवेपोरेटेड मिल्क। इसका रिच और क्रीमी टेस्ट चाय में जान डाल दे। जैसे ही बढ़िया रंग आए,
गैस बंद कर दीजिए।
रेनबो इवेपोरेटेड मिल्क, चाय का परफेक्ट मैच।
Rainbow Top Gun Season 3.
Hello and welcome to Rainbow Top Gun Season 3. I'm your host, Shane Phillips. In this episode, we look at the story of Mahindra Bhai Patel, a man who's 3 generations deep in successful business. He's also known as the turnaround guru, specializing in the acquisition and turnaround of target companies, a thing that he's been doing for the last 4 decades. He'll be giving us his insights and tips to running a successful billion-dollar empire and sharing his secrets learned on his road to the top.
Presented by Nokia, inspired by Cadillac.
Mahindra Patel comes from a family of farmers and landowners turned industrialists from Gujarat, the state of entrepreneurs and businessmen. Mahindra Bhai, I understand your family has been in business for over a century.
That's right, yes.
How did it all start? I mean, what was the first business?
Normally in India, Patel would mean farmer. But we are not originally farmers. We were originally business community, Shahs we call them. But because we own a lot of land, we were called Patels. That's how we acquired the name Patels instead of Shahs, which some of my brothers use that name Shah. Now, we were in the farming family and farmers family, and we used to have a lot of land there. Very fertile land in Kera district, where we came from in Gujarat. So
This was in the 1900s, early 1900s, 1800s.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my grandfather owned the land, and my father inherited it. So we were growing a lot of cotton in those days. This is when Gandhi was establishing the freedom struggle. So at that time, my father got influenced by Gandhi, very much influenced by Gandhi, and he participated in this freedom movement. And he felt that he had to do something for the country, which was suffering because of British rule. And so he didn't want the cotton to be exported outside. And this is how we got involved into the freedom struggle. And then we had a lot of income coming out of the farmland. And it was incorporated in the Constitution of India that the land should go to the farmers who till the land. And that's why most of the land that the family owned was gone to the farmers. It was a lot of value in terms of money. It was a lot of value. My father expired after the independence. My brother looked after me, and he wanted to put me on the
How old were
fast
you
track.
at that age?
When my father expired, I was about 8 years.
8 years old.
Yeah, very
That's
young.
devastating.
I was second youngest in the family.
Do you feel that it impacted your development?
No, because my brother, one of my elder brothers, he decided to take me to Bombay, and then I was put in school in Bombay. So I decided then to go for a degree in law. And once I finished that, I went into the first business management school in Bombay. In the meantime, I was selected to head an organization which was losing money. I was very young.
At the age of 13?
Yeah, at the age of 15.
At 15?
Yeah. They selected me, and then after a couple of years, at the age of 18, I was appointed as a general manager of that thing, very young. And I turned around the company at that age. It was a company manufacturing alarm clocks, and which was bankrupt. It gave me an opportunity, made it very profitable. It took us about 1.5 years. But then came another opportunity for me. There was another factory in the same area which was manufacturing welding electrodes, welding rods, which was also bankrupt.
This is at, how old were you then when you
I was then 21, 22.
Okay.
And it took me just 3 to 4 months to turn it around from complete bankruptcy. And then we decided to expand. So this company, which was virtually dead company, he started acquiring other companies. You see, in India, there has always been knowledge and technology available, but people haven't used them properly. There were big plants who were manufacturing locally, the cement factories, steel factories, and a lot of other sugar cane factories for sugar cane and all that. It was not being used properly. So when I wanted to manufacture this, I made deals with those companies. Look, I give you blueprint, you just manufacture it from me, nobody else, and we'll have a regular order. My plan was to set up 42 factories in India because every state needed this product, okay? And then I managed to get 5 factories going very well, and we became the biggest exporters of welding electrodes, countries like Jordan and Syria and Lebanon. And our plan was to go ahead. But then I went UK for further course in economics. And after I finished that, we decided to set up a base in Middle East because Middle East was a major market for us. The destination in those days was Lebanon. Lebanon was very advanced, and there were very advanced banking and banking systems and everything there. So we wanted to establish in Lebanon. But while we were in the process of setting up this, we got the messages that there could be problems, political problems in Lebanon, which turned out to be true after many years. And so we decided that we wouldn't like to take the chance. I came to Dubai. That was the second best destination in our opinion.
And what year was that?
This was 71.
1971, so it
Yes,
wasn't even a country yet.
There was no country, no. There was no UAE. It was not a big market for what we were going to produce. But we thought that the geographical location of Dubai was so good. First of all, it had a very business-oriented policies for the investors. I met Sheikh Rashid. I had the opportunity. They introduced me to the then ruler, Sheikh Rashid. I was very impressed with his vision, what I heard of him. So we realized that this place has a lot of potential because it's so well located that there will be potential for re-export. Domestic market was not big, the population was very small, and there was no industrialization. But we realized that this place would develop. And then, of course, the oil boom happened after the war, Israeli war. And it became quite popular. They started going in for major projects. And we realized that manufacturing welding electrodes would be profitable, but not to the extent that we wanted because the domestic market was very small. So we diversified into trading. So with our background, with our knowledge of banking and finance and the business background, so we virtually got involved into importing steel and cement and timber and plywood, but on a large scale basis. We used to have back-to-back letters of credit, long-term commitments with manufacturers in Japan and in other countries. And that turned out to be a very good decision. We had the opportunity of getting involved with every important project, including the Srinagar Tunnel, Dubai World Trade Center, which was the first tallest building. And then Dubai came, then the power plants, various power plants here and in Sharjah, high-rise buildings came, Jebel Ali Port came. And then gradually we kept on expanding. As the country started getting new projects, new roads, new bridges, we started getting involved into them. So we were practically involved. All major roads were built here in some way by supply of material, and those products which were not available, like thermoplastic, reflective road paints, and all that. So we were pioneer in that, and many of the such products. We had the opportunity of entering into joint ventures with various companies who were manufacturing these materials, like companies in Switzerland or chemical, companies in UK, companies in USA, companies in France. So we started getting involved into this and diversifying the product range. And then the growth started, but the growth was very fast. because Dubai started developing very fast. One of the things we overlooked, we didn't go into the details of the trade union activities. And after we acquired the company, we were told that, look, we need to pay them back wages. That was a major problem for us. Never anticipated this.
Presented by Nokia, inspired by Cadillac.